Welcome back to the Divergent AF podcast. Today I am really honoured and grateful to have Carrie from Curate Home. And I I actually just learnt Carrie's name 2 hours ago, despite the fact that we have been conversing in the DMs on Instagram for a few months now. And, through VMs and stuff. And, we'll talk about trauma and deep, dark things, but I don't catch the name. So nice to meet you, Carrie.
Nice to meet you too, Selena.
Especially when I'm like, oh, I didn't think it would be Carrie.
Yeah.
No,
But that's just the beauty of ADHD, right? Like
no, it
we
is.
just
And
get
it's
down to the
just
stuff
not,
that matters.
it's just a minor kind of detail until
Yeah.
you really
Yeah.
need it, like for something like
Exactly.
this. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I should catch that. And I was going through all the messages. I'm like, I can't see it anywhere. Oh my gosh. But Carrie and I were both on the ADHD documentary, Not Just Hyper. So there was that connection there. And I think at the time when it came out, we all kind of found each other and just were following, and we're just, we just support each other because that's who we are. But how did you get cast? How did you get cast for the
I still
doco?
don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't know.
Oh, we're just all so humble, eh?
So I know, right? So
Yeah.
humble. I think it must have been through Instagram.
Yes.
Um, so I'm a professional organizer and I have kind of like found my niche in working with people with ADHD
And I
because
love that.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just like we need it. And then
Yeah.
also I kind of realized that like those are the people I love working with. So
You do?
yeah,
Our own
absolutely.
our own kind.
Absolutely. It's so much fun
Yeah.
because we're awesome.
We
But
are,
yeah,
eh?
I think that's how they found me. I just got an email one day and they're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you want to be on TV?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I got an Instagram message.
Uh-huh.
And at that time I just had a smaller profile. I didn't have a
Right.
podcast. I just was being
Wow.
like a nut job as usual. But the message was from, this account that had like no friends and had no profile picture, but
Yeah,
it sounded really professional. And
legit.
so I like, honestly, it was so borderline though. I could have been like,
That
you
is
know,
so funny.
and they weren't asking for my credit card details. So they just wanted my email. And I'm like, well, so where's it go
Mhm.
wrong? And then, yeah, the email came through with, the pictures and the kind of footer and the header, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, it's real.
It's real. It's legit. Yeah,
Yeah, it was just kind of
that's
like,
so
why
funny.
not, eh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so did that inspire you? Has the podcast kind of like come off the back of that?
No, the podcast was always kind of in my think tank for a while
Mm,
because
mm,
yeah, and it was more just like, I think getting confidence
yeah, for
and like
sure.
leaning into it a bit more. But I
Yeah,
mean, when I started, it was like actually the worst time in my life when I think about it.
that is so wild. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I'd left the marriage. I was living in an Airbnb, and
no way.
I'd planned to do it at that time, but
Yeah.
things happen. And I think I was like, I need something to hold on to and
Hmm.
get me like up and at 'em in the
Hmm.
morning, not just like be bed rotting. But
Yeah, good
I
point.
think back to, I would just be recording those first ones because I wasn't doing video, because I would just be like crying, right? And then
Yeah,
I'd just be recording them, at 2 a.m.
yeah.
And
Wow.
it was just such a blur. But I think that's kind of the brilliance of like us. Like
Mm.
we just don't give up if we've really got our mind set on something. Like, no, this is
Yes.
what I want to do. I'm so passionate about it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
it just kind of, yeah, because I when did I start? I think June or July. So that was
Hmm.
yeah, like, gosh, that year was a blur. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
but yeah, it was just that's who we are, right? As people,
yeah.
I feel like we have that grit about us.
Yes. And what I really appreciate is like you, myself, and Zena, who was also
Yep.
on the documentary, like all of us women have leaned into our ADHD and
Yeah.
like we are being our truest selves. We are
Yeah.
being our best selves
Yeah.
and like growing as people. Like
Yes.
yeah, just learning about ourselves, accepting ourselves, and growing from that. And that is
Yeah.
like the most beautiful thing. And it's so inspiring and
I
just like
know.
soul-filling to be surrounded by, like you gals doing the same thing. Like, oh, it's so fucking cool. Because we have
Yeah.
spent, yeah,
Yeah.
like we've spent our whole lives making ourselves smaller and like masking and pretending to be someone else, people
Yeah.
pleasing. We're getting to this age, we're like, fuck that. I'm
Yeah.
out.
I
I gotta be
feel like
myself.
the conversations I have with you, we're almost kind of like similar trajectories
Yeah.
where, like, I mean, I'm still learning so much about myself and about
Hmm.
ADHD and everything else. Like
Hmm.
every day,
Yeah.
it's kind of like this new bombshell or this new, like, wow, like I've just evolved a little bit more.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like all evolving really quickly. We're going through the same
Yes.
kind of thing of, okay, diagnose, okay, medication. Oh, okay, medication does not fix my personality.
Yeah.
Who am I? Like, who the fuck am I?
Yes.
And
Yes.
like, are these people just like treating me like shit and using me because I've been people pleasing, because I need approval,
Hmm.
because I know I'm weird, and then culling out all these
Yeah.
people and then just
Yeah.
focusing on yourself? Like, it's just been this, we're all kind of on the same path, right?
Yeah. It's so
Yeah,
good.
it
It's so
is.
good. Like it's so hard because you do leave people behind. And I
Yeah,
think we've talked about this, like the
yeah.
pain of knowing, especially as ADHD is, right? We're so empathetic.
Mm.
So you feel the pain that you're potentially causing someone else. But in order to grow yourself, you have to feel that pain. Literally just like that reel that you sent me earlier today.
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I felt even when I went through, leaving the family home. It was like
Hmm.
I had to cut off a piece of me to die to
Yeah.
keep to keep living and to keep being alive. That's
Absolutely.
exactly how it felt. Like it's
Yeah.
so painful
Yeah.
losing people that are like in your life, or
Hmm.
have been in your life. Like that is really painful. It is like
Hmm.
cutting out a part of you, but it's like you
Hmm.
you have to at a point to like keep going,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
and realizing that people are just not going to be on the same kind of wavelength as you anymore, or like
Yeah.
they're not happy with where you're going. It's like, well,
Hmm.
you can't stop me, so I'm going to have to leave.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
brutal,
Yeah.
but it's the
And I
only
think
way, right?
yeah. And I think as women in society, that's so new for us. Like it's it's logistically so new for us. In the
Yeah.
80s, in order for a single woman to get a mortgage, you had to have like the permission of your father or your brother. So women couldn't leave their shitty relationships. We didn't, and like people pleasing, we didn't know that we could, even through the 90s. So
That's
it's
not
like,
that long ago.
no, we are
Like,
we are trailblazing. We are
yeah,
trailblazing and being like, actually, I'm happy. I'm like happy who I am, and I'm kind of happy like pissing people off to
yeah.
kind of get where I need to be, or to grow as a
Yeah, I
grow as a
feel like,
person.
yeah, I agree with you. I think
Yeah.
our kind of like age bracket that are, like the the lost generation or the
Yeah.
lost girls, right? And
Yeah.
now catching up, and
Hmm.
we're all really sassy, and we're
Yeah.
all really fun and
Yeah.
funny and fierce, and it's like we're not taking
Yes.
shit anymore.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
but we all
Yes.
support each other.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
do that neurotypical mean girl shit.
Yeah.
Like we really don't.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like we may not
Yeah.
all congregate together because that logistically is too much, but
Impossible. Yeah.
logistically and emotionally is too much because we're
Yeah.
so like deep one on one. But we
Yes.
feel like we all support each other
Absolutely. I love it.
as
Love
it should
seeing that.
be.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can always spot us in the wild. Like,
Yes.
do you feel that way? Yeah,
Yes.
well, I mean, outside of your work and your clients,
Yes,
when you just
absolutely.
are kind of
Oh,
traveling through.
100%. Yeah. I
Yeah,
met someone for a coffee the other day and they're like, uh, I said, "Oh, I have ADHD." And they're like, "Yeah, so do I." I'm like, "I can tell."
yeah,
And I felt really bad. Like I was mortified that I'd said that, but it was
yeah.
so automatic. I was like, "I can tell."
Well, I
It's
know it's like
it's so weird.
it was just pure honesty, and it wasn't
Yes.
like in a bad way.
No,
But
exactly. Yeah.
if they were
It's
ADHD,
hilarious.
they would not take that bad anyway.
No, they didn't. Yeah. It was so funny. But
Like,
it's
yeah,
I don't know what it is, but you can just feel it.
you
You can
can.
just feel it in people. It's like this,
Yeah.
it's like this other wavelength of like, even when they don't know, and you're like,
Oh, I've got a really bad story. Well, not a bad story, but I feel really bad because I could have saved her a year of her life. But
you're right.
I had crossed paths with this incredible photographer back when I was doing another side hustle hobby
Yeah,
of mine.
yeah.
And there was kind of little breadcrumbs put down of like, it would get to the afternoon.
Mhm.
She's like, oh, this is the time where I just can't even talk. I can't even speak English
Yeah.
anymore. And like,
Wow.
why don't you go? Because like, I just can't concentrate. And like, she was dropping breadcrumbs. So I thought that
Yes.
she was.
Yes.
And I was this was maybe 3 years ago. And I didn't want to be like, hey, I can see, your neurodevelopmental disorder is showing. And then it wasn't until a year later and she found my page and she's like, I just got diagnosed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought that I could have saved you. I could have shaved a year off your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I could
Oh
just pick it.
no.
And
Yeah.
it was just like, you can tell. And
Mm-hmm.
brilliant, absolutely brilliant at what she
Mm-hmm.
does. But
Mm-hmm.
all of us, she's a mum too. All of us are
Yeah.
overwhelmed
Yeah.
chronically.
Of back
Yeah.
years. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
when did you get diagnosed? And
I can't remember. It was within this decade. I feel like
yeah.
it was 2021.
Yeah.
So
Oh
I can't
yeah.
even figure out how old I was, like 34 maybe.
Oh, so like 4 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Ah, before the wave.
Yeah, that's right. It was. It was before the wave.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it was probably the beginning of the wave, but it's so interesting because, like you say, the wave, it's like,
Mm.
did I only take notice of the wave because I was then diagnosed and I was like actually taking note of people who also got diagnosed and like paying attention to it? Or
I
I
just
think a
think
bit of
in the
both, right?
media, I just noticed New Zealand media, there's a lot more.
Yeah, talk
Yeah.
about it. Yeah,
Yeah. Because I mean, if it was, I definitely would have noticed if it was woman, motherhood, and ADHD
yeah, for
content out there.
sure.
I definitely would have taken note of that. And
Yeah.
were you blindsided as well? Or did you?
Yeah. I kind of had this feeling like I always knew that I was different.
We do,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah.
We're not dumb
Uh,
people.
no,
Like, we know.
we're yeah.
Yeah.
But I just had no comprehension that ADHD is what it was.
Mm,
So I think there's like this process that you go through, like even leading up to diagnosis. You're
mm,
like researching, you're like, okay, yep, maybe this is me. You talk to your doctor about it, and they're like, okay, sure, put you forward towards a psych analysis, whatever.
mm.
And then, like, the week before you're diagnosed, this is what happens to everybody. The week before you're diagnosed, you're like, oh, maybe I don't have ADHD. Oh my God, I don't have ADHD. I'm going to get to the psychiatrist's office and they're just going to sit there and look at me and be like, lady, you don't have ADHD. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I'm such a fraud. This is literally part of the diagnostic process, right? And then you
Not
get there.
mine.
Not yours? Oh
Oh,
no. Yeah,
I
you
went
had
in
a
there
totally
thinking
different.
I needed, just a lobotomy if I could get one still. No,
For
I thought it was
reasons.
no, I was having anxiety and panic
Yeah.
attacks, and
Yeah.
I thought it was that.
That's
And when I got
crazy.
sent questionnaires, I was like, "Pfft, what a
Yeah.
moron. Fill them out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, 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 mine like hit me in the face.
Shit.
I
No,
missed the
I had a much
memo.
I had a much more gentle, I had a much more gentle process. Yeah. 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 Oh my gosh. I don't know. I don't know which one would be easier. But I think regardless, like afterwards, you just
Oh,
oh, I went through this definitely a grief phase where
yeah,
I'm like, I wish that I had known about this earlier. Like, how would my life have been
yeah,
different?
yeah,
Um, yeah, like life could have been easier, da 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 da. But
yeah,
then again, like we grew up in the 90s, it would not have been easier. You would have just been the ADHD kid, and you would not have gotten
mm,
any different support. It would have just been a
yeah.
different thing for people to tease you about.
And nothing would have been nothing like our personalities weren't normalized,
Yeah,
so that wouldn't have
no,
helped.
exactly.
Yeah, I feel
So,
like I can actually I could imagine though if that was, you know, you're going for a diagnosis and yeah, be like the imposter syndrome comes in and you're like, oh maybe I'm not, I'm just making this up and like I'm just
yeah.
being like sensitive about it and I'm fine and but yeah, afterwards that like relief, like grief relief. Um
Yeah,
I
for
went through
sure.
that and just I actually the only thing that snapped me out of it very recently was watching something about it was really sad. That wasn't the purpose of the reel. It was more just like life happens,
Mm,
for you, not to you. And
yes.
it was a he was an advocate speaker for mental health, and his brother had
Mm,
committed suicide. And he's just said, if that hadn't have happened, I would not be standing here talking
mhm.
to you amazing people, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing this. And
Yeah.
it's not like a day that I don't think about it.
Wow.
And that just switched something in me where I'm like, that is so true. Because if I hadn't been like diagnosed, if I
Mm,
hadn't, like gone through the whole life, like I wouldn't have been so passionate to start what I'm doing and
yeah.
meet amazing bloody people that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I that wouldn't have happened. And
Yeah.
so that really switched it for me. It's like, okay, yeah, that's
Yes.
like it was hard. It was hard for us. That'll never
Yes.
take it away. But like look
Yes.
where we are now.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's
totally agree.
that's
I totally
cool.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like the amount of research out there,
Yep.
like research that scientists are doing, but also just like social understanding. Again, like when we were growing up, we had no concept of neurodiversity. We had no concept of ADHD
No.
in women. Even just, like I am such a big advocate for like ADHD women and how we can change our environment and how we can change our lives to actually suit us.
Yeah.
Um, and a big part of that is like passing on of the mental load or like managing it because like we weren't fucking taught about that either, you know?
No, we really weren't. It was
Mm,
I wish that was taught. That and
mm,
how to do your taxes and things like that. Like important
yes.
shit, right?
Yes. How to be a grown up. How to be a
Yeah,
grown
how to
up.
be
We're
a
still
grown up.
not even grown ups now.
Neurodiversity school for how to be a grown up.
Oh my God, can we actually do that? Yes,
This might be an
please.
idea.
Yes,
I
yes.
would attend,
Yeah.
not
Right.
listen.
Yeah. It's like we've got ADHD coaches, we've got blah blah blah
Yeah.
coaches. Let's just have grown-up coaches. Oh, is that just being a
Yeah.
life coach maybe? But
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
come on. If we
Oh,
need coaching on how to life,
I mean,
something's broken.
I was even thinking today, like, because I just had so many silly disasters happen as I do,
Mm,
and I'm like, I really need like an assistant or
yeah,
like a manager.
yeah,
Like, if I could afford to have like a life manager or an
yes.
assistant,
A PA.
just something that like I could blurt something out and they've like written it down or something. Oh,
Yes.
they're like, okay, like
Yes.
this, you need to get in the shower right now, and like,
Yes.
here's a hair
Oh,
tie, and
gosh, so good. I mean, you need a mum. Like, you just need I just need a parent to
just need
no,
like a
I wouldn't go.
shadow,
A
that
shadow.
a
Yeah.
helpful one.
Yeah. You just need to like clone yourself, but with all the executive functions that we don't have.
Oh yeah, like an evolved clone.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nah, it's starting to get a bit creepy. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So how did you for when did you start your business and how did you get the
Mm,
idea? Because we always, come up with
yeah.
the best ideas.
That's so funny. So I've been a teacher for like over a decade
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah, I wasn't really happy.
Mm,
Um And like the funny thing is I moved to Wellington from Auckland in
Yeah.
2019, was like, yeah, fresh start, I'll just get an office job or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, like knowing myself now, I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
not have survived. What the fuck? Like,
Did
I've
you
never had an
change
office
did
job.
you change job? Like, I feel like we change jobs like it
Yes,
gets like 18 months is like the
yes,
max, right? And then
absolutely.
it's like I'm
Yeah,
depressed, like it's not the job for me.
absolutely.
Like we just have no
Absolutely.
awareness of like we're just not meant to like sit in the office.
Exactly. Exactly. That's
We're
so
hunters
true.
in a farmer's world, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is so true. So I moved to Wellington, wanted a fresh start.
Yeah.
Um, was like, oh, I'll just relief teach just to kind of like, have an income. The first EC centre that I went to, like on the first day that I lived in Wellington, I was there for 2 hours and they were like, hey, Carrie, you're kind of like great. Do you want a job? So like, it's like, yes, that'd be amazing. So I stayed there for 2 years. Ta-da! Was it 2 years? Maybe it's three. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe it's
that's
three.
good.
Yeah,
That's a
but
good run
it's like a year
for
of being
us.
happy, a year of
Yeah.
being happy, and then like
Yeah,
two
yeah.
years of just like wanting to move
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a year of like this is fun,
yes.
and then after that, it's like I'm just hanging in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a year of enjoying it and then a year of looking for
Yeah,
something else.
we're all like
So,
this, eh? Yeah,
yeah. And so I was over at a friend's place again, like once again, applying for all these like, like public sector jobs and just
yeah.
like
It's
not
the
being
answer.
suitable for them, not being suitable for them.
No,
I
no.
would never have survived. It's just not me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was over at a mate's place one evening and just like pulling apart her wardrobe and being like, do you still wear this? Do you still wear this? Do you want this? Do you want this? And like, yeah, coaching her through decluttering her wardrobe.
Yeah.
And she's like, Carrie, you're actually really good at this. Like, there's this lady, Marie Kondo, there's the home edit,
Oh, yes.
like
I remember that wave.
yes, yes,
Yes. Okay,
exactly. It
okay, okay.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, it kicked off and it was so popular. She's
Yeah.
like, this is a job, like you can be a professional organizer.
Yeah.
You should do this. And I'm like, don't be silly. I'm not enough of a grown up to be self-employed. I couldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And then the idea just grew on me. And so I started doing it on the weekends, doing it for friends, and then, doing it on the weekends paid. And then
Yeah.
eventually I just like took the leap, quit my job, went back relief teaching and yeah, just a little bit of relief teaching, a little bit of organizing, and then slowly, like the balance changed, and now I'm just full-time organizing. And I'm booked out and I'm traveling all over New
Oh my
Zealand, and
God.
it's just so awesome. I think when I started the business, I didn't even kind of like correlate it with ADHD. I was just like, I'm really good at this. I really enjoy
Mm.
it. I just love the before and after. I love the project. I love the like empathetic aspect of working with someone and giving them that
Mm.
real like, wow, you've changed my life kind of moment when you're changing their environment. But I was like, I'm not going to work with other ADHD people. We're just such pain in the asses. Like, we're messy, we're flaky, we forget shit. Like, they're going to forget to pay their invoices. They do.
Okay, but paying a bill is really a lot of work. Like,
It
it's
is. I
hard.
know. I know. And I do it too. Like, no judgment. But I was just like, I don't want to work with ADHD people. We're just like such assholes as customers. Like, and
Oh my
look
God.
at me now. It's my
Yeah.
specialty. And then I just realized I was like, I don't want to work with ADHD people. But like every ADHD client that I had, I just had the time, like we would just have such a great time. Like my client would sit there and be like, it's just like having a friend over. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't feel like I'm working because I'm enjoying myself so much. And we're just laughing
Yeah.
and like I'm just like smashing it out, changing their space, reducing their overwhelm,
Yeah.
making them feel amazing. And like teaching them about their brains as well.
Yeah.
Oh man, now it's my jam. I fucking love it. It's so good.
I think it's so fucking cool. Like, and that's the thing. Like, you kind of develop your passion, but nailing what you're good at, like
Yes.
aligning what you're good at and what you're passionate
Yes.
about is
Yeah.
really a work in process for like people
Yes.
like it is, right? It takes a
Yeah.
long time to be like, what am I good at? What is actually a job?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what do I love doing, that it's not just going
Mm.
to be like a year and then I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know none of my ADHD friends are not like self-employed or have some kind of side
Yeah.
hustle. They're
Yeah.
all kind of entrepreneurial, or
Yeah.
they've got
Mhm.
ideas and they've got so many, and like
Yes.
they're so fucking cool. Like the best
Yes.
ideas. Like your one is
Yes.
perfect, especially your niche. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. And now that I'm self-employed, I could not go back. I'm
No.
like, I am now unemployable. I will not, I'm just a shit employee.
Yeah,
Like,
same,
I
same.
just don't want to be employed. Yeah.
Same.
So,
I actually had this question. I mean, sorry, I actually had this conversation with my really good friend Rochelle on Waiheke, and she's just like, we're just like shit employees. Like,
mm,
we'd be
mm,
like, oh, I can't. I'm
yeah.
not feeling it today. I need a nap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And
can't
again, so
reply.
that's, yeah. And so it's
Mm,
like, that's what I'm really passionate about in general. And also, like, I will apply that to work. I'll be like, if you don't want to hang your clothes up in the wardrobe, stop feeling like a shit person because you can't hang your clothes up. Let's design a different system so that you don't have to hang your clothes up. Like, let's change the environment instead of constantly trying to change ourselves. And
yeah.
that totally applies to exactly what you just said. Like, here I was applying for all these like office jobs that I was going to be shit at. I was going to be a shit employee.
Mm,
It was going to destroy my soul. And I would have,
mm,
again, would have enjoyed it for about a year and then burnt out, constant burnout, constant burnout. And now that I'm self employed, I can look ahead and be like, you know what? I'm getting tired. I'm going to take 3 days off next week, blah, 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 whatever. Like, we
yeah.
can
Yeah.
once you figure out your brain and you
Yeah.
figure out yourself, you can look ahead and you can just do what works for you. And it's not like we're so boom and bust. We're not like,
That's exactly what it is. Like we're sprinters, we're not marathon runners.
exactly. So
You
let us
know,
sprint. Let us
it, it,
sprint
it
and then
is
stop.
like, yeah, like we could be like, once we like, if we're in, we're in. It's 100%,
Hmm.
and no one can keep up that type of inertia long term,
Exactly.
right? So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you might get really obsessed and involved in a project or someone's home, right? And then like you're so spent, right? Like you need to
Yes.
recover. You don't just come and like
Yes.
do average every day. It's
No.
like
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
But
I do.
learning to accept that about yourself and like
Mhm.
lean into it, make it work, because it's
Mhm.
just you're fighting, you're just
Yeah.
fighting in a brick wall. Like
Yeah.
we can't change that part of
Yeah.
it. It just
That's
is
right.
frustration, burnout, yeah, and
Yeah.
shitty self-esteem because we just we're like we can't fit into that mold.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
But when you realize that you're a zebra, not a weird horse, and
yeah,
you just stop trying to like live that 9 to 5 life,
mm,
it's, oh my God, everything changes. And you just see the world through this different lens, and you're like, oh my God, how am I going to design my life to
yeah,
work for me? It's such a beautiful thing. And that's what I love doing for people. I'm just leaning into that more and more with my clients. I'm like, how are we going to change this environment to work for you?
yeah.
Um, yeah. So
That's
it's just so
exactly,
cool. So
yeah,
cool.
that's exactly what it is, right? Like you just
Mm.
not fighting it anymore and just being like,
Mm.
okay, like and I think the more that we talk about it or other people talk about it and
Yeah.
normalize it, it will just become a form of normal.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
I mean, I know. I mean, even in the afternoon, that 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, that is such
Yeah.
a slump for me.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
just I remember just being in an office and being like, oh my God, I just
Yes.
can't even like brain right now. I can't even
Yeah.
talk. I'd go like nonverbal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then at nighttime, I would just like come alive again.
Yes,
What's your
exactly.
what's your best windows of
Yeah.
productivity? Like when are you firing all cylinders?
Really interesting. It probably is around, I'd say like 10 a.m. till maybe 1,
Yeah.
and then like 10 p.m. till like midnight. Yeah.
Yeah,
So random.
I'm definitely like I've always been more a night person.
Yeah.
Like and that's something I'm still trying to
Mhm.
like work with because
Mhm.
it's hard when you gotta like I'm really bad in the mornings.
Yeah, same,
Like
same. Yeah, yeah,
every morning is just
yeah,
like having to do the school, having to be somewhere.
yeah,
I just it takes me so long to dial up. It's like dial up internet.
yeah, yeah,
Takes a really long time.
yeah, yeah. But like they say the same like for teenagers, right? Because like
Yeah.
ADHD, we've got that the frontal
Prefrontal
cortex.
cortex.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. I've like literally studied the brain and I still can't remember. Um,
Oh,
but yeah,
it's
so
just names. It's not important
yeah.
details.
Yeah. So like that area of the brain
Yeah.
affects ADHD, but also that area of the brain affects teenagers, right?
Mm.
And so, like every so often someone will do some study on saying that like letting teenagers turn up to school at like 10 a.m. works better for them instead of having them turn up late at 8 a.m. And again, it's that whole system of like, why are you forcing people to do something that just doesn't suit them instead
I
of like changing the system?
Yeah. Yeah.
Freaking out.
I find I think it's really sad the whole school system because
Mhm.
like there's just no hope
No.
for a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
us to like survive in there because it's just not changing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I grieve for the children that I taught. I've been in early childhood and primary. So, like, especially the children I taught in primary, because I was, like sole charge of some theory neurodivergent classrooms. And I didn't know at the time. And I'm
Oh,
like fucking pulling my hair out because I cannot manage like 25 kids, of which probably at least seven are like on the spectrum, at
yeah.
least. And they're dysregulated and I'm dysregulated. And
Yeah.
yeah. And it just wasn't working for anyone. But
No,
but we're all in this box in the system, right?
yeah, I mean it's the equivalent of like us being in the corporate world. It's like
Mm-hmm.
kids in the classroom like all
Yeah,
day. It's the same thing.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And like, here in Wellington, like a couple of years ago, they went to like hot desking. So like imagine how that's gonna work for an autistic person,
What's
right?
a
Like
hot desk?
so hot desking
I'm thinking
is
of a
like
hot box.
definitely not the same thing.
I don't know what that is.
So hot desking is when you like have to clear off your desk at the end of the day, put your shit in a locker, and then the next day, that's not your desk. Like you just come in and sit anywhere.
Ugh,
Yeah, yeah. It's
no.
like your desk is not your own. So you'd have to take all your shit away at the end of the day. And then, like huge open plan offices. So again, like imagine if you're like ADHD autistic and you're like, this is where I want to sit because it's quiet,
Yeah,
or
in
I'm
the
autistic, so
corner,
I
the
just want to sit in the
window.
same place.
Yeah.
Man, oh fuck, absolute
Oh
chaos. And
my
then if you're
gosh.
ADHD, you're just going to be like, oh shit, I forgot to bring my laptop to work again because I couldn't just leave it on my desk. Like,
I
it's
know.
so not set up for us.
No, I don't know. I just hope one day it will change because
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah,
set up to fail for a lot of
yeah,
kids. It's
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. And what are you in terms of like the mental load? Because I know we've talked about a lot about this, like the invisible load.
Mm,
What do you
mhm.
find that you struggle with the most on a daily basis?
Mm. I think I've really learned a lot about that again, like since being diagnosed, actually kind of reflecting on how much unseen work there is. And I would say this is more in my work life and in
Yeah.
my client work rather than myself. So like I'm a single woman, live alone, no kids. So like I'm only responsible for myself. But the woman, and I say the woman because like 99.99% of my clients are women. They are
Mm.
mothers, they have
Yeah.
ADHD, they're fucking burnt out.
Yeah.
Um, and like they just nobody sees the mental load. Nobody sees that the invisible work of
Mm.
of running a family unit. And like, I'm sorry, yes, men are doing more, but it is still so much like on the woman,
I
like,
agree. I
yeah,
agree. It's like women have to be boss bitch.
yeah,
They've got to be side hustle. They've got
yeah,
to be mum of the year,
yeah,
Instagram aesthetic parties,
yeah,
like best friend, and then
yes,
like nymph, lover,
yeah,
best wife. And then
yes,
you've got to like chop change like in one day, like, brrr,
yes.
yeah,
Like, how
right.
is that realistic?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Mm,
No
yeah,
wonder I
yeah.
mean, that doesn't even like limit it to, ADHD. It's like, it's actually,
Women in general. Yeah,
yeah, like our role
absolutely.
has expanded,
Yeah.
but I feel males has not,
Oh my God, that's such a good point. I mean, you're
you
you're
know?
absolutely right. Like I absolutely compare it to like the 1950s, where like that's why it's called home economics, because the
Mm,
economics of running a home,
uh-huh.
like running a home was a full-time job.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, people weren't even coping then. But you know, like
Yeah. But
I don't want to be sexist, but it's the truth. Like
no,
the
no, it is.
role
Yeah.
the role of men has not expanded. It's expanded a tiny bit to be like,
Yeah.
hey, I need help at home. Hey, I need help with the kids. But what we're still experiencing is this, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. No.
Not
It's the fucking
initiative.
thinking. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. That's the thing.
exactly.
And that is the thing
That's
where,
the
like,
hard part.
especially us, like, especially I know for me, like, it's
Mm,
the thing, like, I can't think all the time.
no.
The
Yeah.
thinking, like, and I like, I'll fully own it and admit it. Like, it's really not my strong suit. Like,
No.
I can't keep track of all the, like, the Seesaw app and the story park
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
birthday parties and, oh,
Yeah.
we need rubbish bags. Like, I know that I'm not good at this stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of us are just drowning,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
ones that don't even know what the hell is going on. Like, at least I have
Yes.
awareness and I just don't
Mm.
care now. Like, I know that that's just not a strength. I'll try my best, but like things
Yeah.
will be chaotic
Yeah.
when I'm in charge, and that's how it
Yes.
is. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think in general that's I don't know. I feel for so many like mothers and wives of this generation are just
Mm.
so miserable, medicated,
Yeah.
burnt out.
Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And it's, I was going to make a really good point. What was it? Fuck, it's gone.
Mm, yeah, that happens.
Oh, that's what it was. It was
Well,
literally working memory. Yeah, I was
oh yeah,
literally about to talk. Good one. Good one.
that was good.
I love
That was
that.
good.
I
That
love
was
that.
good.
That's the real
That was
ADHD
really good.
moment. Yeah. But yeah, because I think the mental load comes back to like our executive functions, right? So it's like
Yeah.
task analysis. So it's like doing the thing. It's prioritization, like what needs to come first. It's working memory, clearly,
Mm,
of which I have none. But it's holding all of that information in your brain, right? And when there's so much more information to hold on to,
mm.
when there's so many, it's like juggling balls, right? It's like the extra ball that just keeps getting thrown in. Like kids have got like after school
Oh,
piano and
yeah.
rugby and birthday party, and then suddenly they've grown out of like every single piece of clothing they own. And so cool, you
Yeah.
can like
Yeah.
this is what I do, because like it's easy to bring more clothing in, but you don't have time to sort it. You don't have time to figure
Mm,
out what fits the kid and what doesn't. You don't have time to declutter it.
yeah.
Um, you just like shove it at the bottom of the wardrobe, and then you keep doing
Yeah.
that because you're just like you're
I
just
can't deal with this right now.
no, and you're just like
Yeah.
frantically paddling to just stay above water.
Yeah. That's
Um,
exactly what it is.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's the thing, like it's so easy for stuff to come into our homes. And then, like you say, we get advertised to. We're like, well, here's how to be a good mum, buy this. Here's how to be a good wife, buy that. Here's how to make your skin beautiful, buy this. Oh, you need to stay hydrated, buy this, buy that, buy that, buy that. And so like, like I always say, like we're aspirational as ADHD is, right? So we're like, yeah, 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 great, I'll do that, I'll buy that. And we think that it's
Yeah.
going to fix our problem.
Yeah.
All it does is add to the clutter in our homes
Oh,
and
it
just
does.
stress us the fuck out.
I know. I know. It's funny. So when I just had one kid, or even before I had kids, I don't know if you were like this, but I was a really organized
Mhm.
perfectionist person. You
Right.
know, I was always early. I had storage containers with labels on them. Like I was that person, like I used to just be so picture perfect organized. And then the
Yeah.
first kid came along and hmm, I still had labels on the containers and, thing. But then the
Yeah.
second one, and it was like fucking bomb went off in my
Yeah.
life. And it was like,
Yeah.
I've never been the same since. Like,
Mm,
there's nothing is organized. I'm always
mhm,
late. I can't find things.
mhm.
And it's just, I feel like ever since then, I have been on a hamster wheel
Yeah.
that I just have never had a reprieve from. There's never a
Yeah.
day where I feel like I'm on top of
Yes.
something.
Yeah, for
Never.
sure. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just this, it's always in the back of my head, like, you need to do this, need to do this, need to, like, I'm
Mm,
never on top of it. And
no.
it was like motherhood is what pushed me over the edge. And in terms of like, that's
Yeah.
when the ADHD was like screaming
Yeah.
out. That's when, and that's quite common apparently. But
Mm,
I don't know how everyone else does it because I am just like, I'm just chaos.
yeah. I think the thing is that they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have probably like a very specific lens for this because um I'm working with the people who are like reaching out for help because they're like, hey,
Yeah.
it's not working and I want something to change.
Yeah.
So like maybe there's people out there who've just got a handle on shit, but I'm pretty busy, so I don't think that there are. You
Yeah.
know? I
Yeah.
just yeah. And it's okay for us to say, hey, maybe the expectations of us from the world are not realistic. And maybe the world has got to a place where um again, like maybe there has to be a point at which we just can't keep up. Like we're the hamster wheel is just going too fast for us to keep up. And
It
like
is.
maybe that's now.
Yeah. I think I definitely feel like there's a surge coming. I really feel like
Mm,
it. You just see more
mm,
and more and more of it where it's
mm.
just like women are just like, nah, hamster wheel's
Yeah,
broken.
yeah,
Um,
exactly. Yeah, because it's all
yeah,
about productivity, right? And it's like
yeah,
society, capitalism is never going to tell you to slow down. They're never going to
no,
tell you that you can be less productive. Like,
no, they
it
don't want
doesn't,
people to not be busy. They need
yeah,
little working ants.
yeah, yeah, it doesn't
No,
benefit
because
capitalism.
they need to be on the hamster wheel because if they had time to think, like,
Yeah,
hey, what is the point of this hamster
yeah,
wheel? Let's not
exactly.
do it. Like, let's
Yeah,
just overthrow. Like, they don't want that.
no, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm really passionate about just putting those boundaries in place, just being like, no, I'm going to stay home tonight. Just no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't want to. No, no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah,
That,
I mean,
just
I've got into that place too, and I think it's funny because sometimes you run into people and they're like, "Oh, that's cool, you've got ADHD," but then when it comes down to the crunch and you're late or you don't
mm,
reply, suddenly they don't like that
yeah,
ADHD, and it's like, well,
yeah,
this is it.
yes,
Like
exactly. It's not pleasant. It's
it's
not
not
cute.
sexy.
Yeah,
It's not cute, funny all the time. It's
no,
overwhelm. It's like I can't like I've forgotten what you said your birthday was, or I'm
yes,
late
yes,
and I didn't call you back. And it's like
yeah,
they don't like that part of it.
yeah,
And I think now I've just learned to be like, well, like
yeah.
this is who I am. And my ADHD friends, who I feel like I've only really got mainly ADHD or neurodivergent friends now, like they're the
Mhm.
same. So
Yeah,
we
for
forget about
sure.
each other and that's
Yeah,
fine,
yeah, yeah.
or we're late. That's fine,
Yes, yes. And like the differentiation of the action that inconveniences someone and the reflection of that on a person.
Yeah.
Like I remember a friend being really, really annoyed at me for being late. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry. Like this hurts me personally because I don't want to let you
Yeah,
down.
we get
Like,
upset.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, dude, I'm stressed out about being
Mm.
late and I feel like this huge RSD about
Yeah,
letting you down. It's
yeah.
not by choice,
No,
you
it's not.
know?
It's really not. And it's like we actually feel so crap. Like even when I was
Yes.
like late, like I'm always late to do these with
Same.
people,
I'm just,
you know,
yeah,
it's
I'm
and then
like
but
doing everything I do.
every time I'm like, oh, I feel like
Yeah.
such a bad person.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like why
Yeah.
it's just like time I can never estimate time correctly.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it happens every time and I'm in a rush and thank
Yeah.
God I only talk to other neurodivergent
Yeah.
people. So I know they get it, but
Yeah.
it's still like every time,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, yeah. And then a neurodiverse person will come along, a neurotypical person will come along
Yeah.
and be like, well, just start earlier, Selena. Just
Just
leave yourself more time, Selena. It's just
you
like
just need to
it's
like
not the way it
sort it
works.
out. Just
Yeah.
sort yourself
It's
out.
like if you thought like if I could, do you not think I would have? Like
Yeah,
I
it's
would
just
like
like
to.
you've always got something going on, like, you know,
Yeah.
you're always stressed. Like, you just need to have a calendar and a diary. Oh,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my, like, do you not think we think of this stuff? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I literally joke that it should be a diagnostic tool that if you own like more than 10 unused notebooks,
Yeah,
you've got ADHD. Because, like, all of my ADHD clients, they're like, oh, yeah, that's my pile of like monthly planners, weekly planners, daily planners, because they're just so cute. I've never used them. Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
that's like my 15 unused notebooks. I'm like, how's your undiagnosed ADHD going?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
we love
Yeah,
it. We love a little organization moment.
I love the
Uh,
idea of it.
exactly. Because we're
It's the
aspirational.
execution.
Exactly. Not possible.
No, and that's what it is. Sometimes I feel like I've got all these ideas, but if
Yeah.
like if I could sell them and someone could execute them,
Yes.
like that would be the
100%.
dream,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
because it's like the act of like writing or something like,
Yes.
whoa.
Yes. It's so true. I mean, somebody, like, literally using that analogy, somebody has to set up that business because, like, it's fucking
Yeah,
genius.
somebody, yeah.
But we're not going to do it. We're not going to set up that business. It's like, as per what you just said.
It's just like, yeah, it's even when I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast and I like, oh God, thank God I've got a lovely person who does the tech
Yeah.
side of it now. I've got
Mhm.
her back. But when I was doing it, like, oh my God, just the admin of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
The no
I want to
dopamine.
do the ideas and
Yes. Yeah.
the creative stuff, but
Yeah.
then it's like, oh no, I've got to
Yeah.
log in and do something and
Yeah.
what's my bloody password and
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. The logistics of it.
it
And
is.
that
It's the
that's
logistics.
that's what I boiled it down to, the logistics. Like I love travel. I
Yeah.
want to go to all the places. I want to see all the things and
Yeah.
experience it all. But the logistics of it,
Oh yeah, like
absolutely
booking
just
things,
yeah, booking things,
packing.
packing, like thinking about dates and time and like matching
Oh.
it up. I'm like,
Oh.
I
Matching.
just don't want to do it. I don't want to
Oh
do
my
it.
God, matching up the timelines.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I literally like missed, I think it was a day early for my shuttle in Cancun, Mexico
Yeah.
last year. And then conversely, on the way back, because I went to an island and like you just buy this like round trip shuttle to the airport and back kind of thing. And then conversely, I think it was a day late or a day early. Yeah. Because I did it in New Zealand time, not fucking like
Oh, fair enough.
New
I
Zealand,
could
like
see,
not Northern Hemisphere time. Oh, it's
yeah, I
just
could see
such
how that could happen.
typical ADHD shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
Just
man.
I've had so many like fuck ups like that where it's just, you know, like how like really obvious, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking about something high level. I don't have time.
Yes, that's it. We're the high level thinkers. Like
Yeah.
so many entrepreneurs are ADHD. Like Richard Branson,
Yeah.
ADHD.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. They're either on the spectrum or ADHD
yeah,
or both or
yeah,
they all are. I mean, like
yeah.
if you look at them, they're all like they're all different and they're
Absolutely.
all of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All of them. What was I going to ask you? So, how long ago did you set up your business?
Ooh, I feel like it was a year or two after I got. Okay, so, hang on, give me a minute. 2025. I think I've been in business for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, is it four? Is it three? No, I'm gonna say I think it's been 4 years.
Is that the longest?
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
It's the
yeah.
longest. Yeah,
Well, then
yeah,
that's
and
it. That's the sign.
it is right. It's
Yeah,
so cool. And I think I've had maybe like one or two moments of burnout where but interestingly enough, it hasn't been like I don't want to do this anymore. It's just
yeah,
been you kind of reach the limits of your empathy and your own mental load.
yeah.
But overall, I love it. This is my jam. Like this is, like you say, it's that Venn diagram of like what you're
Mm,
good at, what the world
yeah,
needs from you,
yeah,
and and what you love. And
yeah,
that's like that's your calling. And I'm like, that's me. I got it. I did it. Um, yeah, so it's really special, and I just feel really grateful that I have worked that out.
yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
I
I think we all will eventually. It's just a
mm,
hashtag
mhm.
journey, for
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think my ADHD diagnosis has surely helped that.
Yeah.
Because you do so much reflection and just like learning about your strengths and
You
weaknesses.
do. I mean, I still am. I don't know. I feel like these days there's so much out there that still comes
Mm.
out every day. And it's like,
Hmm.
wow, I just didn't even like consider that. But that's really true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
really true.
But aren't we
Um,
lucky we get to do that?
yeah.
Like if this was even like 10 years ago, we wouldn't be, I don't know, we wouldn't be thinking like this. And then,
No.
like your kids, it's so cool that they get to grow up like with you being so reflective and like the thing with an ADHD diagnosis, right, is that like
Mm,
we haven't changed inherently who we are as a person. Like I was late, fucking ditzy, um, all everything that I am now before my diagnosis.
okay. Yeah.
Like and
Yeah.
it's not as if that changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
See,
still
I was a perfectionist,
That is
over
so
anxious,
interesting. Yeah.
overcompensator,
Yeah.
terrified,
Yeah.
terrified. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was like I mean, I had so much stomach issues, and I know why, because
Mm.
I was just living in fight or flight of like
Yeah.
holding myself and everything together and
Wow.
trying to be perfect.
Wow. Quite often for women, everything falls apart at menopause. And I mean, like, that's the thing. It's always been falling apart at menopause. But now
Mm.
we have the
Yeah,
science to say, here's
mm.
why.
Yeah, that comes into it too, doesn't it?
Yeah. And so that's
Yeah,
where a lot of women are getting diagnosed, like at that perimenopausal age, menopausal, because your estrogen levels drop. And estrogen is directly correlated to the production of dopamine and serotonin, I think.
yes, I think
Um,
I have heard this before.
yeah. And so it's like, again, that's science. And like,
Basically, it's a really important ingredient.
it's very important. Yeah. But like, that's been happening. That's been happening for decades. That's been happening for
Yeah,
centuries. And
yeah,
what we used to do was just put people in like psychiatric units and
yeah.
say that they were, hysteric.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, manic,
because, yeah,
hysterical. Mm,
hysterical, but look
mm,
at the word hysterical. Hysterectomy, it's your uterus. Hysterical, like directly related to the fact that you're a woman or have a uterus. Isn't that freaking wild? So it's
yeah,
like they already had that link. They already had that link between like women's hormones and your brain
yeah,
and ADHD and your actions. They just didn't
yeah,
have the science to say, oh, cool. That's actually the chemical that's affecting it. Like, wild.
yeah. I mean, honestly, I think like women like us, because we've always, I think we've like, it's not like we're a new breed.
No,
I think that we were there, but
exactly.
we were either a lot of like institutionalized, lobotomized,
Yeah,
or drunk.
yeah. Literally, absolutely. Yeah, or just,
right?
Didn't make it to this age for one reason or another.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, like,
we are so lucky.
I know,
Honestly, you and
I
I
know.
would be having this
Oh,
conversation in the psych ward.
yeah,
Like,
we would be, eh?
we would be.
What?
We would be.
I'm like, and then, but we'd like never be allowed out because we just
No,
wouldn't reform.
no,
It's like,
exactly. We,
do we
yeah,
mask so we can get
yeah.
out, or like, what
Nah,
do we do?
nah, nah,
What
because
do
you
we
can't fucking
do?
tell me what to do.
Yeah, I know, I know, I know. Because we're all kind of like, a lot of us are just, yeah, that injustice sensitivity.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And a little bit like oppositional defiant disorder. Like, don't
Yeah.
fucking tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. I mean, I was always
so
like that, but I used to come out more when I was like probably drinking as well.
yeah.
Like, but now it's like, oh no, it's always here. I just is like
Yeah.
it just lives with me day to day now.
Yeah.
I don't hide it
Yeah.
away, but I just learned to pick my battles. But I love that we're like that.
Yeah. That's
I love that
sexy.
we're like that. Like these
Yeah.
truth tellers that will get into trouble,
Yes.
not
Yes.
politically correct,
Yeah.
like will stick up, fight a battle just cause it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Oh my God, girl. By the time we're like 50, 60, watch our world.
I know,
Because if we're this
right?
sassy now, if we're speaking our mind and just like putting it
Yeah.
out there, oh God.
And I just hope it encourages more women to do the same thing.
Yeah,
To find their
absolutely.
bloody voice again, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
It's just
that's
not
so
worth it.
important. Yeah, and I think especially neurodiverse women because we are the ones who have been like whether it's what we've told ourselves or what society's told us, just been like put in the corner and made to feel shit our whole
Oh, it
lives.
is. I mean, like I've always, it's horrible, like that being the girl that's like the in-laws don't really
Mm-hmm.
rub with because it's like tone it down, take it down a
Mm-hmm.
few notches, like that's
Mm.
immature.
Yeah,
We're all kind of like we know that. We know that
yeah,
feeling
yeah,
and just having to step into that and be like, nah,
yeah. I totally agree.
it's a whole
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, it's definitely this woman image of just being a good girl, I guess. Being
Yeah.
good,
Yeah. That's
you know.
right. And actually
Yeah.
just having the confidence to be yourself and know that you'll be accepted or not care
Yeah.
if you aren't accepted.
Nah, nah,
It's
nah.
hard.
I reckon the skill is if like when you get to the point of it doesn't affect you being disliked for
Yeah,
who you are. Like
yeah,
there's people pleasing, but then there's like being
yeah,
disliked.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I recently got over that, and that's just liberation where it's like,
Hmm.
I'll piss people off, I'll annoy them, I'll disappoint
Yeah,
them, but
yeah, yeah.
move on.
Okay. Yeah. And I think like the the realization is that's going to happen regardless, no matter how hard you're
Yeah, it's
trying
like,
or not. So
yeah, it's like
don't
this
waste
will
your
happen
energy on it.
again. I will let you down again. So,
Yeah, yeah,
buckle up.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Fucking A.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh
so good.
gosh.
It's just so liberating. Liberating.
It
Yeah,
is, it is.
yeah,
And I love that I just love that we're all connecting with each other
yeah,
eventually.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
I think that the
exactly.
more we do this, like it
Yes.
just
The
I don't
stronger
know.
we become.
We're just all out there supporting each other,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that. Thank you so much, Carrie, for joining me. And I'm sorry that it was a bit late getting on, but
No, you're
that's who we
fine.
are.
So we are.
And it was just lovely to see your face
Yes.
and
Learn my name.
and learn your name, But
Love
on a
it.
serious note, I actually want to book you in to come and sort out my
Yay.
house and
Yeah,
my life.
yeah,
And just a reminder that Carrie has a business, Curate Home, and she has a niche in helping out ADHD households. She's NZ's ADHD home expert. Okay. So
yes.
you need to hit her up. I'm hitting her up right now. I really want to book you in. I mean, you said that you're fully booked, but
Yeah, I'll make it happen.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I want to meet you. I want to hang out with you. And I want you to
Yes. That'll be so much
it'll
fun.
be so fun. It'll be so
Yes.
fun. But thank you for joining me. And like, I love
Pleasure.
talking to you, like, on Instagram anyway, but just
Yeah.
doing this was so much better.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me.
No,
It's so
oh my
good.
God, of course. Like,
Yeah.
like if anyone ever wants to come on here, like just hit me up. I'm so
Yeah.
open. This is just it's just all about shooting the shit, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.